Hey guys, this is Comic Uno, and today I'm doing a review for The Walking Dead. So I know I didn't have a Once Upon a Time review this week. I had a lot of work, so sorry. Next week I'll have a review for that. But I did have time to watch The Walking Dead, so let's start talking about this episode. This is a Morgan-centric episode, actually, and we get to see what he's been through for this whole time, and how he went to Alexandria, and the paths he's chosen. And in the beginning, he's kind of crazy. He is writing stuff on walls. He's just like hitting nothing, and you're like, all right, how did Morgan become this? And then he meets this guy named Eastman, who puts him in a cell. So you're like, is this a good guy, a bad guy? And you learn he has an ideology that he doesn't kill people. I mean, he believes in killing zombies or walkers because they're dead. So he can survive, but he believes actual people can be talked to. And we learn a little bit about his story, knowing that he was a psychiatrist. He's dealt with a lot of people that he thought weren't redeemable, but then learned that they were redeemable. He's only met one purely evil person, and that person, we learned throughout the episode, actually killed his family. So his family did not die from the apocalypse. It was something different. It was from someone's wrongdoing, someone who just wanted to spite him, and he actually killed that person by starving them. And he swore after that would be the last time he'd ever kill anybody. And that's why when Morgan comes in, he's ready to kill Eastman. Eastman does not kill him and actually kind of teaches him to, you know, learn his ways, his ideology. And Eastman actually saves Morgan in this episode and gets bitten, so Eastman does not survive. And we learn that Morgan's actually telling this whole story to one of the wolves, and we learn the wolf is kind of like that psychopath that killed Eastman's family. Doesn't really care about the story, doesn't want to change, and he says he'll kill everybody. But I think Morgan still believes in Eastman's ideology, and he's going to try his hardest to change this guy, even though he's probably going to turn into a zombie, but he doesn't kill him. So you really see how much Morgan has changed, but it's been his journey throughout this whole episode. And I will say, I usually don't love these type of episodes where they only focus on one character. It depends. You know, I know they did a lot, I think it was last season, where they just focused on a small group of characters, and it felt very separated. But I thought it really worked here, and I wasn't expecting that, because I'm not a huge Morgan fan. You know, he's one of those characters that just shows up every once in a while, and now it's just become more part of the plot. And again, I was just never a big fan of him, but this episode, I really enjoyed it, and that says something. If you're not even a huge fan of Morgan and you enjoyed this episode, it really does say something. And I was also worried with this episode that was an hour and a half. I was just like, oh, another hour and a half episode. The only episode I didn't like from this season so far was the premiere. I thought that was weaker because it was so long and not needed to have that many minutes. Now here, the hour and a half didn't really feel like an hour and a half because it was a really well done episode. And I think the most entertaining part of this episode was Eastman, actually. I loved his ideology, and I loved how he taught Morgan, and I think the time was utilized very well. So overall, I thought this was a really good episode. Again, it's one of those sidetrack episodes, but it really did build the character. It didn't feel like a talking head episode. It actually felt like some good character development happened here. And you learn why Morgan kind of looks at Rick that way in, I guess it was the season finale last year, where he kind of sees Rick as a different person. It really is because now with his new ideology, he believes that people shouldn't be killed. So will Morgan teach this to other people, or will he die because of it? Because this is a world where you have to kind of choose how to survive, and maybe sometimes you do have to kill people. But then I really liked Eastman's ideology, saying that humans weren't built to kill people. So, yeah, it's an interesting episode that kind of takes a different route from what we've been learning about the Walking Dead universe, where you have to survive, you have to kill. It's just it's a different perspective, and I really like that about the episode. So, another really good episode of The Walking Dead. It's a bit different, and it honestly was worth the hour and a half. I think they didn't milk it this time like the premiere. So, yeah, I'm excited to watch the next episode, too, because it seems like we're focusing on Maggie, who's been a character that has not been hadn't focused on it in a really long time. And also Jesse, who's Rick's love interest, which I do think needs a bit of fleshing out, but did get some moments in the 2 episodes ago. So yeah, good episode, and seems like next episode should be good too. So hope you guys enjoyed. This is Comic Uno. Don't forget to follow me on Twitter. Don't forget to like my Facebook page. Also, description below, there's links for my comic book, Like Father, Like Daughter. And don't forget to like the Facebook page of Like Father, Like Daughter. I'll see you guys later. Bye.